Alice, you're here. Today is our very first chapters Friday. Every Friday, I'm going to begin reading a brand new chapter book with you. When I begin a new chapter book, we're going to be exposed to new genres or styles of writing every week. We are going to have the opportunity to finish reading those because I am purposely choosing stories that are in Mayan. Mayan is a program linked to AR that you will have access to as well. I am reading books to get you excited and to get you interested. The more you get hooked on books, the more you'll be exposed to, the more background knowledge you'll have, and the easier things will become because you'll have more experience to pull information from. I'm so excited. The very first story is one about a character named Dirty Birdie. I chose it because it's funny. It's a chapter book. It is a second and third grade level, which is perfect for us. And the topic today is germs. Now, I know that we are not in remote learning because of germs exactly, but we are in remote learning because of a virus. The way to prevent a virus is to be safe about our hygiene and being clean to prevent germs from spreading and to prevent the virus from spreading. So that's why we're wearing masks, we're keeping our space, and we're washing our hands for 20 seconds or more as much as we can. But to make things lighter and to start off first chapter Fridays, let's read Dirty Birdie. To start, I have us logged into Mayan, the website I've mentioned that has a library of hundreds and thousands of books that you can read that are at your level and linked to AR. You can read them anytime. To start, let's browse books by category. I can do fiction, nonfiction, or graphic novels. I'm going to also have the choice of topics. Let's begin with genres or styles of writing. Next, I'd like to look at chapter books for first chapter Fridays. Now I can sift through all these choices, or I can click search and type in my title, Dirty Birdie. Here it is, Dirty Birdie Germs. I can either read right away or click the info button. Let's read the summary on the back to get a big picture of what this week's story is all about. Dirty Birdie Germs. And I see that it gets 4.5 stars. That's a pretty high rating that's rated by kids like you. What kind of trouble will Birdie get into next? In this trio of tales, Birdie tries to catch his sister's horrible illness, finds himself partnering with his grandma at a dancing competition, and meets his match in a new babysitter who's even grubbier than he is. Ugh, this sounds like a lot of mess. If I listen to the whole story, it will take about 57 minutes. That's just under an hour. There are 112 pages to this book. Let's begin.
Germs, written by Alan MacDonald, illustrated by David Roberts. Germs. Chapter 1. Are you feeling okay, Susie? Mom asked. You don't look very good. Birdie looked up from his breakfast. His sister, Susie, had just drooped into the kitchen. I'm hot, Susie moaned. I'm hot too, Birdie said through a mouthful of cereal. My head hurts, Susie croaked, and I ache all over. My head kind of hurts, said Birdie. It aches when I talk. Birdie's mom ignored him. Let me look at you, she said to Susie. Goodness, look at all those spots. I think you have chicken pox. Chicken pox? Susie said with a groan. Chicken pox! Birdie echoed. Yep, Mom said. You have all the symptoms. Small, itchy red spots, fever, and aches and pains. Sounds like chicken pox to me. You'll have to stay home from school for the whole week."
The rest of the week?
Bertie exclaimed. Susie stuck out her tongue at her brother and drooped back upstairs to bed.
What about me?
Asked Bertie, pulling up his shirt.
I have spots too. Do you think that's chicken pox?
"I think that's dirt," said Mom. "Now finish your breakfast and stay away from your sister. Chicken pox is very contagious." Bertie sighed. It wasn't fair. How come his sister caught chicken pox when he never got anything? If anyone should be catching something, it was him. He hardly ever washed his hands. And now Susie got a whole week off school. Bertie gulped as he realized what day it was. Friday. Homework day. As usual, Bertie had avoided doing his homework until the last minute. As a matter of fact, he'd forgotten altogether. But he knew his teacher, Miss Boot, wouldn't have forgotten.
If only I had chicken pox, thought Bertie. That would solve everything.
Bertie felt his forehead. It did feel a little hot. He scratched under his arm. He was definitely itchy. The more he thought about it, the more he was convinced he was getting chicken pox too.
Mom, he hollered, I don't feel good.
There's nothing wrong with you, Mom replied. You just ate 2 bowls of cereal.
But that was before, Bertie protested. Now I feel sick.
Don't be ridiculous, Bertie, Mom said. Now hurry up and brush your teeth. You're going to be late for school. Bertie stomped upstairs to the bathroom.
No one ever believes me, he thought. For all they know, I could be dying.
Bertie stared at his reflection in the mirror.
Just my luck, he thought. Not a single spot.
Suddenly, he remembered what his mom had said. Chicken pox was very contagious.
Well, that settles it,
Bertie thought.
I'll just have to catch it.
After all, why should his sister get to keep it all to herself?
All right, so Dirty Bertie in this chapter makes me think a lot about how things are for us right now. We're working from home because there are people sick with a virus and because we don't want to catch it and because we don't want to get other people sick around us. That's really why things are different right now. It's kind of like how Bertie's sister is going to have to act differently because of her chicken pox. But what do you think? Do you think that Bertie's solution to this problem of what I see as jealousy over his sister's situation, do you think his solution's a good one? Do you think this is going to work out well for him? I really wonder what's going to happen next. How does he really think he's going to catch the chicken pox? And that does not sound like fun to me. Think about what could go well and what could go wrong for Dirty Bertie. We stopped at chapter 2, which is page 11. If you log into Mayan, you can find this same chapter book and continue to read. We got it started. It's up to you to finish it. Don't forget to use your book log that's on Google Classroom, your English Google Classroom, in order to keep track of the pages you read. I will check them and award Wizard Dollars when you're reading on your own. So keep at it, weekend warriors, and thank you for reading with me today.